Hello, Sreelatha. Good morning.
Good morning, Sweta.
So, are you ready for the interview now?
Yeah, I'm ready for the interview.
Anaplan 6 to 10 lessons, correct?
Yes, Sweta.
Share me your screen and walk into the PPT, please.
Okay, thank you, Sweta. I will share my screen. Good morning. Today I will explain about the Anaplan from 6 to 10 lessons. And in this session, I will explain about the modules and importing into data into modules, blueprint view settings, sum and lookup functions, and the functional areas. And in this, I will explain the topics what is module and how to create a module, what is grid view and blueprint view, what are system modules and what are time functions, how to copy a module, what are import methods and what are copy down and copy across, what is sum function and lookup function, what is meant by functional areas. And next, I will explain about what is module. Modules are the engine of the model. Modules should be grouped together and named based on the category and purpose they serve in the model. Modules are made up of line items and dimensions from the central library. By default, all modules contain time as a dimension. All other dimensions can be found under lists and rollups. Dimensions can be adjusted and more line items can be added after creating module also. And then how to create the module. First go to model settings tab, then click on modules. Next click on insert module, enter the module name and add enter the dimensions which are required, enter the line items, then click OK. Module is created. Then the how module is created I will show in the workspace. First we need to open the workspace. In the model settings tab, we need to go modules and then click on insert module. We need to give the name for the example module. Then what the dimensions we need to give. Then we give and the line items we give like this and then click on OK. Then the module is created. This is the way how we create the module. Then module grid view. The grid view is the default view for a module. Grid view initially displays the data in the layout created on the new module screen, but the layout can be changed later. The dimensions list and the line items included in the module are shown as the page selectors, columns and rows like the shows in the figure. These are the rows and these are the page selectors and these are the columns. This is the grid view and which is I will show in the workspace like this. And this is the grid view. Like these are the page selectors like New York sales is the line 1, line 2, line 3 are the line items. These are the rows and Jan 1, 21 these are the columns which is the grid view. And then I will show the blueprint view. Blueprint view. The blueprint view of a module gives model builders as a behind the scenes view of the model. The blueprint view is where model builders can add formulas to perform calculations in line items or update the formula of the line items. The blueprint view is also where model builders can adjust the dimensions, lists, time versions that apply the module or to specific line items. And this is the line items and the formula formats and the list. And this is a module default. I will show this module blueprint view in the workspace like this. This is the grid view and this is the blueprint view. I will show you these are the line items and these are the formats. For these are the formats number. These we can change the format like as per the requirement. And in this we can add the formulas, and these are the settings. This is the blueprint view. We can show the toggle in the blue. This is the blueprint view. And next toggle between grid and blueprint view. This is a blueprint view and this is the grid view. I will show this in the workspace. Then this is the blueprint view. This is the toggle between the blueprint view and grid view, like the triangle shape. This is the grid view and this is the blueprint view. If the module is blueprint view, then the shape is in the blue, and the module is in grid view, then the shape is in the white. This is the toggle between the blueprint view and the grid view. And next I will go to blueprint view settings. The blueprint view settings are formats, formulas, summary, methods, applies to column, time scale, version, style, cell count, and nodes. Then I will explain each and every settings. Formula settings. In formula settings, we are referencing the equations, references, logic statements, functions. Formulas are applied across all dimensions in the module. Actually, when we are creating the formulas, we are keep it in mind like equations and what are the modules we are referencing, and what are the logical statements, and what are the functions we need to add, and we need to write the formula. We are thinking about these points, and we can write the formula. And this is I will show in the workspace, like this is a formula. This is a formula bar, and we can write the formula in this. We can write the formula in this for the line item. For each and every line item, we can write the formulas, or we can import the data. And then I will go to next format settings. In format settings, there are many options. Specify the type of the line item. What they specify the data of the line item: number, boolean, time, date, and list text to no data. These are the format settings as per the requirement of the data and what data we are taking. Then we can take this. We can take this the format. Then we go to style setting. Present options to format the appearance of the line item. And the style settings are we need to style the style settings. So for each and line item, we can take the style settings as per the requirements, as per our showing the conversation. And then summary settings. Summary settings are method of aggregations for summaries. Example, annual totals, top level, roll ups to parent within hierarchy. And the options in summary settings are sum, none, formula, average, ratio, minimum, maximum, opening balance, and closing balance, and which we can explain in the further topics. And applies to versions and timescale settings. Applies to timescale and versions. Applies to changes list used in the module. And timescale, set the timescale for the module. And versions, use or exclude all versions for the module. And then formula editing bar, and these blueprint view settings I will show in the workspace once. And then in this module, these are the settings. Format, if the line item is boolean, we can change it the boolean. If the data having boolean, then we can change it the boolean. Then if the boolean is changed, then we get the check boxes like this. And because this is a true or false statement, so these get the check boxes. If we have the line item 2 is data like date, time period, like this, we need as per the data, we give the format like this. We need to take any one, and if we take the number, for we can take the currency also, like this percentage and the currency like this we can take. And then we go to, if we take the currency, then the symbol will be displayed like this. And then we go to another one, formula. In formula settings, we can reference in the equations and other modules like this, and we can write the formula. We can import the data in two ways, like we are importing the data from the file, or we can write the formula from other modules and get the data like this. Like this we can write the formula. And the summary settings, we need to add the summary settings like a none sum like this for the data. And applies to column. In applies to column we can add the dimensions. We can add the dimensions like this, and we can add the dimensions and remove the dimensions also. We can add or remove the dimensions as per the requirements like this. If we can, we need to add another dimensions also. We can add this after creating a module also. And then time scale. If we after creating the time scale, after creating the module also, we can change the values like month or quarter. If we need to change the time scale like quarter like this, or year like this, after the requirements. Time range also we can change as per the model calendar, or we can create the time ranges also. And the versions, if we need to add the versions like after creating the module, then we can apply this all. Then the versions are also included. So like this, we have actual and forecast versions, so we get like this. So this is the blueprint view settings. And style is the headings. And style is having normal heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, summary 1, summary 2, summary 3. And like this we can add. If we change the style settings, then the line item format will be changed like line 1, line 2, line 3, like this. In cell count, for each and every line item have the cell count as per the data and the requirements. And the total cell count will be in the first one. And then notes, any important notes will be there, then we can write in this. So this is the blueprint view settings. Then formula editing bar. This is the formula editing bar like this. And these are the line items. And the formula editing bar, formula editing is active. Then it will show in the, I will show in the workspace. If we want to write the formula for the line item 1, then we can write the formula in the formula bar. This is the formula bar. If we double click on this, then we get the options like into and the tick mark. If this means the formula bar will be active, we can write the formula and we can write the formula, and then click on this one. Okay, then the formula will be activated. Like this is the formula bar, how we write the formula. Then system modules. System modules serve the foundation for a model, and system modules allow model builders to create data in central dimensions. System modules should be used to hold data that may be needed or referenced by other modules or line items in the model. System modules are often used for time settings, hierarchy details and attributes, mapping dimensions into lists or modules, filters, user lists, clearing or deleting line items from a list. And these are the system modules. Actually, we are using the system modules like referencing the another modules. This is the system modules. Time functions. There are two types of time functions, that are time series functions and non-time series functions. The differences are that non-time series functions can read data from line items that use different time ranges. Time functions are more complex in that you must ensure that the same time range is used for the line item holding the calculation, as well as any line items that are included in the calculation. Then time functions, there are two types of time functions like non-time series functions and time series functions. Non-time series functions are add months, date, days, end in period, month date, and start, year value and more. Can read data from line items that use different time ranges. Time series functions are include previous, next, post, lead, lag, spread and more. Same time range must be used for the line item holding the calculation and any line items that are included in the calculations. Next, I will explain about the time series function, which is the example for this, and I will create the module for this, and I will take this on an activity, and I will show this in the workspace once I need to create the first. Click on the insert module, and I will take the 00 time settings module and then enter the name. We need the time as default dimension, so we need to take any dimensions in the roll-ups, and then I will take the dimensions is needed in the columns, and these are the line items. These are the line items these are the line items which are first day of month, last day of month, current period start, actual period, forecast months only. These are the line items, and I will enter this in the workspace. And like this, these are the line items which are in the rows and the time in the columns. And then I will create the module like this. And like this, and I will take the and I will change the formats for this. First day of month, this is the month, that means we can take the date for this. And then last day of month, this is also I have taken date. And current period means current period, which is the boolean. Current period start, which is the date, and then actual period, which is boolean, and then forecast period, which is also boolean, forecast months only, which is boolean. Then I will write the formulas for this each and every one. I need to write the formula first day of month, which means start. We can write the start, and then click on this. This is case sensitive, so it can takes automatically. And then last day of month, we can write the formula last day, so we need to take this end. Then click on the tick mark, then it will automatically takes current period. For the current period, I will write current period start this is a formula, and the current period start, you can take the current period start, and then actual period means which we can take the before the current period values, so I can take start less than current period start. So this is next. Forecast means start and are equal to current period. uh, then forecast months only, which is also we can take in start for current period. Then this is the way how we write the formulas, and I have write the formulas for all this. And first day of month, which means from Jan 21, first day of month is 1, 1 and 2021. And Feb 21, first day of month is 1, 2, 2021. So like this we can get last day of month means which we can will give 31st 1 2021, which is like this give. And current period is at Jan 21. This we can take in this automatically taken in the model calendar. Current period start from the Jan, so this will give. And the forecast period and the actual period, like this the values will come as per the model calendar what we have given in that. And then when we go to another one, then copying a module. How to copy a module? Navigate to settings and select the module, select the copy icon, name the module. If module has more views, we can copy all or write it copies default view. We can also choose copy over all the cell data into new module. Select the functional area and click OK. How we are copying the module we can show in the workspace. Then we will go to workspace and go to modules. In this first I need to select the one module, and which is like yeah, and click on copy and give the name for the copy module as per your requirement and as per your need. And then and then give the functional area if you have, and then click on OK. And the copy of module is created. And which is how to copy the module. If we write the if we give any changes in the module, like the system settings module, then it will not reflected in the copy of the module. And then I will go to data import methods. And the methods, there are four methods how data will be imported for the modules. And these are manual, Anaplan connect, and extract, transform, load connectors, and REST API. And we are mainly uses in the Anaplan manual and Anaplan connect in level 1 and level 2. And manual, the most simple method for importing small data sets infrequently. Import files types text comma operator values tab separated values, like these files are supported for the manual importing. And Anaplan connect, client tool that imports and exports flat files. Anaplan connect can be used to extract data from JDBC databases and scheduled intervals. And extract, transform, load connectors. Extract, transform and load connectors are also known as iPass. And the ETL tool requires a connector to the Anaplan API. Some customers need to build their own connectors and REST API. This import method allows Anaplan customers to build custom data integration with the platform. The REST API offers the most configuration options for importing data. We are mainly used in the manual and Anaplan connect in the Anaplan. First, I will show one method, which is the manual method, how we import the data in the workspace. I will taking one. I will taking one module like inside modules, volumes. Like I will show once in the modules. Then we need to create the module like for the famous with the location. It is some time and dimensions. I have taken the dimensions like G3 location and P2 products and time in the column and values in the values are the line items. I have created one module like this, and then I import the data from upload new file, and then which is value inputs. And like this, first we check the file options like the comma and the header row and first row, and what are the header rows and first rows and the default file like that. I have taken admins only. Then we need to check each and every one and each and every one time which is from the column headers like this. We know 2019-01 2019-02 like this, so we need to map these two column headers. Then the colors also be same for the time and this time, and G3 location New York, Chicago like this, which we are in location code, and the P2 products will be product code, and the values which have only one line item values. So we take in the fixed line item. Then we need to check the each and every tab which we are properly mapped or not. Then we are taking the periods we have the time like year and month. So we take this the periods like year and month, and then G3 location, these are mapped. These are all automatically mapped. If we don't map, then we can select the map items manually, then we can map. So it can automatically map it, so no need to worry about that. And P2 products also mapped, and so no bother about these also. And the volume line items, and we can select the volumes and then run import, and then we can run import. We can successfully imported the all items, so we can close this and we can get the proper values. This is the way how we import the data in the Anaplan. This is the first method, which is the manual method, how we import the data. Then and the second method is Anaplan Connect, which I will show this once. And I will go to supply chain model, and then once I will go to modules and whatever we want to take. Just I will show one example only. So I will take this. Okay, then I need to import the data. Import, then taking connected to Anaplan model, and the second way of import method. And then select the model level to supply chain and take in the saved views. And we need to take the data historic volumes export like this, and then select the data and match the proper. We can check once these are mapped correctly or not. In the column headers, these are the time settings, so time ranges will be mapped, and the P3 SKU is mapped, and the accounts will be mapped, and the historic volumes, and these are also mapped. Then check the time column, and which can be mapped match names, and then these are mapped, and ignores are some ignored. We don't need to map that. So these are all also mapped. And the volumes, these are also mapped. Then run import. And this is the method how we import. The second method of Anaplan Connect, how data will be imported, and then we can go to copy down and copy across. This feature is available to model builder through the top toolbar, and users can also use this functionality on modules that have been published on a dashboard. The process is quite simple. The model builder in the grid select the cell you would like to copy, then click the appropriate icon, either this copy down icon or this one, the copy across icon. Note these shortcuts are only available in the model itself, not on UX pages accessed from the outside the model. These are not used in the UX pages outside from the model. Then copy down and copy across, I will show this in the workspace once. I will go to any module, like we can take one example. We can take one example like this, and I will need to I will need to change this. I will select one column. Then this is the icon for copy down. Actually, these are the same values, so I need to take some another one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I will select this ones, one column, and then I will click on the copy down. This is the copy down column. So if you click on this, then the same values will be come from the down also, or from the last. And if I need to change the values, like copy across, if we select that, then the same values will be come from this also. Then if we wanted to select from, I need to change the values from not beginning, from the tournament. So for this also I can get the values like that, like the same values. For like this we are giving the copy down and copy across methods. And then and then summary methods. And the summary methods are none, sum, formula, average, ratio, minimum and maximum, opening balance, closing balance, all, any, first, non-blank. These are, if we taking the none, shows total as blank or zero. If we taking the summary method as sum, normal addition over time and other hierarchical aggregations. And formula, and if we taking the formula, aggregate first, then apply the formula to the totals. If we taking the average value over time and other hierarchical aggregations. If we taking the ratio for the summary method, ratio comparison of two specific line items used for the total. If we taking the summary method as mean, the smallest value used for the total. And if we taking the maximum, the largest value used for the total. If we taking the opening balance as a summary method, the first time period value is used for the total. If we taking the closing balance, the last time period value is used for the total. If we taking the all, totals are marked as true only if all the range of cells are marked as true. Now, any totals are marked as true only if any of the range of the cells are marked true. First non-blank, the first cell containing data is used for the total. These are the summary methods which we are using in the blueprint view. And avoiding the hard coding, we can avoid the hard coding. This hard coding means the process of containing specific data instead of using the references that point to the data. Avoid using numbers in formulas. Put those numbers into editable line items. Avoid excessive if then statements. Avoid using if item to the specific line item. Avoid using select and individual list items, especially time. These for using these points we can avoid the hard coding in Anaplan. And the sum function adds up multiple values based on a list formatted or time formatted line item or property in the source that matches a dimension in the target. A few key points about the sum function. Mapping must be a line item or property. Mapping dimensions must match the dimension of the source. The result line item must be number formatted similar to the SUMIF function in the Microsoft Excel. And this is the sum function. And sum function we have taken the sum one syntax and the arguments. And if sum function is used like x open bracket sum colon and y close bracket. We can use this like the multiple criteria also for some y1 and some y2 like this. And in this formula, x is the source data module and the y is the mapping across and the target module. And actually source data is list item formatted as a number only. If we taking the any other format, it can't accept the sum formula. So we can take only lister formatted as a number only. And the mapping criteria also line list property are formatted as a time period only. And the common dimensions are links, source and mapping cross references. And the results module include all criteria in pages, columns and the rows. And if we take in one example like grade 01 margin calculations revenue sum 606 product details size. For example, when we do the sum, we can taking the usage of like this. When you need to sum the only values that meet one or more specific criteria. And this is the syntax and the example. If we taking the example like this, and the total series in Chicago IL, and if we have the Chicago's, and we need to sum this like this format. This is the sum function. And then the lookup function. The lookup function looks up values in source line item using one or more mappings. Mapping must be a line item or property. Mapping dimensions must match the target module. Mapping list format must match one of the dimensions of the source. The result line item must match the data type of the source of the line item. And lookup function, it looks up data in the source module or list and returns the data to the line item in the target module. Syntax and requirements. And this x is the source data and the module is the line item or the list property and any data format for this x source data in the lookup. And in this lookup also we can take the multiple criteria like lookup y1 and lookup y2 act like this. And then the y is a mapping reference criteria like which is having the line item or formatted list formatted line items. Common dimensions that link source and mapping across references, which is a need and which is required for the lookup function. And the target result, and the same data type for target result line item and the source data, which is all about the lookup function. We can use in the models how to write the formulas and how to look up the data. We can use the formulas. We can use the lookup and sum functions. Sum is for one to many and lookup is for many to one we can taking. And then again I will go to pivot. Pivot gives you access to lists and roll-ups that are relevant to a specific module and let you reorder how they appear. Data can be pivoted in different ways by putting items in rows, columns, or using them as a page selectors. This allows you to get a specific module that would like. Pivot is accessed when inside a module by clicking this icon. These items can be removed between the different locations, pages, columns, and rows. Actually, I will show this pivot format in the workspace, and I will show this once again. And then this is the pivot icon. This is once again I show. This is the pivot icon. If we click on the pivot, and we can change the dimensions like this as per the requirements, as per the shown we need, and then we click on, then the pivot, then this will be changed. And we can show the different ways we can show like this. We as per our need, as per our requirement, we can change this, and we can change this, and we can see like this. Pivot is useful for how we show the data in the formats. So this pivot is very useful for the Anaplan modules, how we seen like this. And then functional areas. Functional areas are the great tool for organization in Anaplan platform. These are the categories used to group together modules and classic dashboards that are embedded in the module. These are two uses in the functional areas. These are model organization and the organizing dashboards, and which means model organization means which we can using the functional area, it can varies the models, and in the dashboards also it can differentiate using the functional areas. Functional areas. Next, how to create the functional area. This means how we can go to the settings and select modules, click on the functional area, give name to the functional area, and click on OK. This will I show you in the workspace. Once I will go to workspace and then go to model settings, and like this, go to model settings. In this we can show functional area, click on functional area, and insert what we need, like I need to add a revenue, then margin, like this, and you need to as per the requirements, as per your use, you can take after start end, like this. I will take this in end, and these are functional areas are added when we need to add the functional areas. These way the way we are adding the functional areas will be shown in this, and these the way how we add the functional areas, and the functional areas will be organized like this in the demand module. Like the content panel we can show you. In the demand we can take, it can taking dem 01, dem 02, dem 03, and dem 04. In the transport it can taking transport, and like this. As per the functional areas it can vary, and we can also taking, and we can also observe easily, and how the functional areas and what the functional areas will be added. And in the dashboards also, using the functional areas it can vary like this. For the demand these are the modules, and for the master data these are the modules. For the data these are the modules, like this. It can shows the differentiate modules like this. This the way how the functional areas will be organized. This is a functional areas. And then conclusion, I conclude the topics like modules, importing data into modules, blueprint view settings, and sum and lookup functions, and the functional areas. And thank you.